everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't get dolled up for this video because I feel like this really needs to go up. And I'm filming it in my car. So first, I'm going to show you a screenshot of what we're talking about. This is a post from Gypsy Rose. Pause it if you want to read it, but we are going to go over it, so I'll read the whole thing to you. Okay, so, she is just, she is an empty, empty soul. She is an empty, empty person. She really is. So that's what Gypsy Rose posted, and this little shit. She is a piece of work. She is a piece of work, and not a good piece of work, not a masterpiece. She's a piece of something, that's for sure. Nasty, nasty woman. She is nasty. So let's go over what she had to say, shall we? So, quote, "I've taken accountability and now I take back my life." Where did she take accountability? Where did that happen? Where did that happen? I fail to see where that happened. That little tap on the hand, prison sentence she got for murder, that's taken accountability. And she puts everything on everybody else. Nothing is her fault. Everything is because of everybody else. She hasn't taken any accountability at all. She has not taken any accountability. Give me a break. Give me a break. And if you're here, because I know y'all lurk, if you're here to support her and tell me, oh, she did her time. She did her time. Suck it. Just suck it. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. If it was anybody else, y'all be having a shit fit. So, when I accepted my sentence, I accepted the weight of my choices. This is seriously laughable. That wasn't a sentence. That was a cakewalk. That was a vacation. Again, for murder. She has accepted no responsibility whatsoever. This is a complete joke. This wasn't a petty crime she committed. This was murder. It was murder. And don't come at me with, she didn't actually do that. She didn't do the act. Because, first of all, we don't know that. The investigation is incomplete. So we don't know that. And secondly, she planned the whole thing, soup to nuts, provided the weapon, provided the storyline, tried it before with the pew-pew, you know. I served my time. That was my accountability. No. That wasn't accountability. That was not accountability. She's been blaming Nick for everything from the beginning. Blaming him. Knock it off. That wasn't accountability. Acceptance of what one did and the desire to do anything to set things right is more accountability. No, you can't bring Dee Dee back. That's never going to happen. But a lightweight prison sentence isn't anything. That wasn't anything. Especially when she didn't learn a damn thing from it. She didn't learn a damn thing from it. Okay. And I've carried it for years. I don't owe the past anything more. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Miss Drama. There are people serving more time than she did for marijuana charges. She's a bitch. She's insensitive. She's stupid. She thinks she deserves everything handed to her, just like she's always thought. Because she went to prison for 8 years, and now she thinks she deserves some kind of award, a trophy. She thinks she deserves, like, I don't know, let's get together and purchase her a medal. Say, yay, this is for killing your mom and practically getting away with it. Okay. As for Nicholas Godejohn, yes, he is a deeply disturbed man, but he also knew the difference between right and wrong. You're deeply disturbed, Gypsy. Yes, he did. He did know the difference between right and wrong, but so did Gypsy. Gypsy knew the difference between right and wrong. And she knew manipulating him was not a good idea. And she knew things would probably be easier on her if she got someone else to do it rather than do it herself. She thinks because she got him to do it, that absolves her in some way, in some manner, you know? She's still responsible for what happened. And she's not accepting any responsibility whatsoever, even though she is. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her. She's putting it all on Nicholas like she always has. And no, I've never really been a Nicholas sympathizer. But at the same time, she deserves to be in prison for life too. She deserves that sentence too. She did this too. Okay. Regardless of my role of unintentional manipulation, this type of manipulation isn't rooted in malice. It's often a reflection of past trauma, fear of abandonment, or a lack of emotional tools. The key difference is intent. The person is not trying to deceive or control, but the behavior still affects others and requires self-awareness and growth to correct. Her manipulation was totally rooted in malice. It was totally rooted in malice. She did it to have someone murdered. If that's not malice, I don't know what is. And we all have past trauma. All of us have past trauma, boo. You have to grow up and learn from it. Get therapy, get help. We don't all go out and use sex to manipulate vulnerable young men into committing crimes for us, especially violent crimes. Yes, he did know the difference between right and wrong. I'm not arguing that point. But so do young children. Young children know the difference between right and wrong. And let's talk about that fear of abandonment. She made Nicholas have a fear of abandonment. She used all her little sexy characters to make him fear her, to make him fear she would abandon him. And she says the key difference is intent. Her intent was to end her mother's life. That was her intent. She wasn't trying to deceive her, because, what I'm trying to say? Control, that's what she was doing. She wasn't trying at all to be a good person. It came completely natural to her. Anyone who read this post and is buying into her bullshit, I feel sorry for you. I really do. I feel sorry for you. She is a vicious killer, and I feel sorry for anyone in her life who thinks for a second about going against her in anything, in any way, in any regard, because she is vindictive and she will come for you. I am really, truly baffled by anyone who doesn't see through her BS. It's just baffling. She's still putting it all on Nicholas, you know, and she hasn't taken any accountability. None at all. She hasn't taken any responsibility. This was Nicholas, and it wasn't her. That's what she wants us to believe. That's the tale she wants us to buy. This young man is doing life in prison without the possibility of parole because of her. Because he thought she convinced him that he was rescuing her. And she's walking free. And Dee Dee is dead today because of Gypsy. Nicholas didn't pick her out and say, I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill her mother and have Gypsy in my life forever. Gypsy made that decision. He didn't want to do it. Gypsy used evil manipulation to get him to do it for her. It is gross to me that so many people still support her and buy into her bullshit. It's just mind-boggling. She never thought for a second how this was going to affect other people's lives. She never thought about how it was going to affect Nicholas's life, how it's going to affect Nicholas's family's life, how it was going to affect the lives of Dee Dee's surviving family members. She didn't think for a second about any of that. She doesn't care how her choices affect other people. She never did. She doesn't give a shit about other people. She cares about Gypsy and Gypsy only. And that means even now, she cares about Gypsy. It's all about Gypsy. She never thought about how it was going to affect anybody's life but hers. And she was so arrogant and cocky about it. She thought I'm so sad, I'm so poor. She didn't even believe she could possibly get caught. And then, when she did get caught, she thought she could manipulate the police. She thought playing in Little Miss Victim was going to help her get away with it. And, quite frankly, it did. It worked for her because she only got 8 years for murder. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to me. 8 years for murder, and she's still blaming everybody else. So that's really all I have to say about this little bitch today. She's a nightmare. She is a horrible, horrible person. She's awful. She has a black, dead soul. I would say she needs to do some soul searching, but she has a black, dead soul, so there's no soul to search. And she has a hole where her heart should be. And like I said, she's a black, dead soul. I don't know when that happened to her, but it was way before Nicholas. It was way before any of this came into her life. And based on all the evidence and everything that I've read and seen about her, she is the problem. She was milking the system too. She was along for the ride. She was not a victim. She was totally on board with everything going on once she became of age. And she didn't like that things were probably going to be wrapping up. And don't come at me with, you need to do your research. Bitches, I have looked into this, okay? I have done my research on this heifer, okay? This thing that you're siding with. You're siding with a psychopath. And I don't need to hear your bullshit. I really don't. She is an evil, evil, evil person. And she is fooling all of you. You are fools. Just like she fooled Nicholas. You're all foolish. And again, I am not a Nicholas sympathizer. If he did this, he does deserve to be in prison for life. That is my firm opinion, and that's just how it is. But she belongs in prison too, forever. She is a dangerous person. She's a danger to society. She's a dangerous person who has not been rehabilitated. She's not been. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. I just had to talk about this little post she made because it's so disgusting. She is just a disgusting person. She's such a sick individual. But, I'm gonna go now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.